basically allows you to create custom pages or panels in their speak, which aggregates, it can integrate either blocks or views or node content, and it'll automatically handle the layout for you. So if you're not like an HTML and CSS guru and you just want to put together a page that has a basic like a 3-column layout, for instance, panels, you can do that really quickly. The downside of panels, in my opinion, is that the markup, because it is so general, is a little bit bloated. So if you really care about the XHTML output, you're probably not going to like what comes out by default. But as far as functionality goes, it's great just to be able to throw together a page that has all this stuff from different parts of your site kind of in one place. Image field is a CCK field, which basically allows for image uploading. I don't know that there's too much more to say about that, except that their image cache should be right next to that because they're most often used in conjunction with each other. Image cache will do image resizing for you. So if somebody uploads, an image of a size that you don't want, you can set up what are called image cache presets, and that's going to resize it. It'll scale, crop, rotate, do whatever you want basically, and then it just becomes an auto function to do that image resizing. So handling like user input images or user uploaded images in a standardized way is just really easy with image cache. It also has views integration. So if you're using views and you want to output the image, rather than just outputting the image, you can select which image cache preset that you're going to output. So that's pretty cool. Flag, another module I made. We're covering it. Flag is basically a general purpose way to flag a piece of content as something. And that's really vague, but really the rest is defined by you. You can create a flag that's called favorite, and you can go through and allow users to flag their favorite pages on your site. It comes with automated views integration, so any flag you create, the user automatically gets a view for that flag of everything that they flagged as that. And I don't know if you have like a better explanation than that. That's still kind of vague.
Yeah, let's pull up the measure protocols.
Ah, good point. Yeah, so another way that we used flag was actually this morning. We did all the checking in via flag. If you look at this action tag, or tab, column rather, you can see the uncheck in, which is kind of interestingly named. But yeah, basically we're using flag on all of these user accounts or profiles, I forget which one. So whenever people come and you guys walked up to the desk, all we would do is scroll down and check you in. We'd click the button and we'd flag you as checked in. And then at a glance, we can easily see that it looks like pretty much everyone on our list got checked in actually. So basically, anytime that you have a piece of content that you need to flag in some way, you can just create the flag for it, create a view that's going to list all of that, and then go at it.
You want to just check on real quick?
Sure.
Might be hard to see, but is JS not working? So sad.
I may have turned JavaScript on in my browser. I do that sometimes.
Well, it has this fun little feature where it will do the change of status via Ajax, and you can set a message that will display back to the user when they're done. So the message here was checked in, right? It's nice to give feedback to people that their action is actually succeeding.
Yeah, so that's flag in a nutshell. Views bulk operation.
Is node queue different, or is it the same exact thing?
Node queue is a different module, and I added this up there just because I think that a lot like, should I use CCK or should I use web form? There are different situations for each of them, and a lot of times they're interchangeable. The thing that node queue does is that you can have the concept of weights, so you can say this is at the front of the node queue or at the end of the node queue. Also, as a developer, you can grab something out of the node queue and get the first one. So because it has an order, you can do specific things with that order. There also are extensions for the flag module that allow it to behave very similar to NodeQ with flag weights, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, flag weights and dragable views.
Yeah,
It's
very
crazy.
very similar features there.
I didn't know that. Views bulk operations. This is another really awesome module, and I'm going to demo this one for you as well. So I've actually already installed views bulk operations on this installation. And what it does by default is give you basically an alternative to the admin content listing. So that just resides in admin content node 2. You can do pretty much, or you can either link that to admin content node or just leave it here and not use it if you want. But basically it allows you to select things in bulk and run an operation on it. So I can do things, I mean, some of these you can do with the regular content listing, but some of them are new. Like I can execute an arbitrary PHP script on this, for instance. So if I wanted to change the title based on some taxonomy term, so I put like a term I've selected in front of the title, I can just write a little PHP snippet to do that and then run it on all 200 nodes in this listing. There's also a lot of other really cool possibilities on the building here.
The other really nice thing, if you've used the filters on admin content node page, I feel like they're really limiting, and you have to add one of them at a time, and then you can undo or you can reset. But it's a pretty annoying workflow. Whereas views expose filters, you can apply multiple at the same time. You can undo just one of them rather than having to reset the whole form. So the views filters are much more powerful, and the sorting of views is more powerful than what you can get through just the admin content node page. And that's kind of the beginning of what's possible with views bulk operations.
So yeah, if you go to edit the view, you can see that there are a ton of operations by default. These are just the ones that were enabled on that on the content listing that comes by default, but you can also just go in here and enable anything else you want. So if I want to mass promote to front page or make sticky or any number of things, I think that's also pluggable, isn't it? So you can create your own bulk operations, so you can extend it if you have something else that you want to be able to do. It'll automatically handle the listing of the content and then passing it through the batch API. So all you have to do is write your action or write your bulk operation, so it's going to work on each node, and it'll take care of the rest for you. So that's nice. Yeah, I think some of what we were looking at is actually user specific. I'm not correct. I believe, so if you change this over from a node view to a user view, something like display message to the user would make a lot more sense than it does with the node. What else is in here?
I've used it on a view of comments for a site where people vote on a comment as being spam, and then the more votes that it gets, the higher it gets in the view. And so the moderators on the site can select the comment in that view and say, unpublish this comment and block the user. And it, so I wrote a custom views, a custom action. It shows up in the drop-down for views bulk operations because it just uses all the actions that are available. And my custom action does that action of unpublishing the comment, blocking the user, and sending them an email saying, hey, your block's going away.
Yeah, that's another great point, which is that for the drupalusability.org site, we did usability testing at the University of Baltimore in February, and we built a site off of it. We were a little bit busy, so one of the things we forgot to do was enable either Kafka or Column or some anti-spam solution. So we went back about 3 weeks later, and apparently we got about 8,000 spam comments on the site, which I feel a little bit silly for having that happen, but it did. So we just installed these bulk operations, selected, did a keyword search for a lot of the keywords we were seeing in the spam, which was like pharmaceuticals and things along those lines. Did a keyword search, searched like the 7,800 of those comments, which were spam,